My youngest daughter just took a semester off. Junior in college, she's making 6 figures a month in her business.
Not a month, a year. 100K a month?
A month.
She's making 100K a month.
Yes.
What? God, I'm a loser. I'm a loser. I'm sitting here talking to you idiots with an aluminum foil hat on my head.
Yeah. I mean, this is on you, man. This is on you.
Come on, just slam an iron brew and let's do this, boys.
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Just counting the days till the Christy Gnome OnlyFans account launches. Hi, boys and girls. It's the Chad and Cheese Podcast. I'm your co-host, Joel Draft Day Cheeseman.
This is Chad Antitrust Sowash.
And I'm JT. It's finally summer here in New England, O'Donnell.
Amen to that. On this episode, Indeed drops, big tech flops, and the AI war machine pops. Let's do this.
Hospitality is the heart of our society. It brings people together to share great food, drinks, and experiences. But successfully managing a restaurant or hotel is no easy feat. That's where Harry comes in. Harry is the frontline employee experience platform that helps you build, manage, and engage great teams. With Harry, managers can easily find and hire top talent, manage timekeeping, and communicate with employees at any time from any place. Candidates and team members can quickly and efficiently apply for jobs, swap shifts, and access important information entirely from their mobile devices. And Harry's robust employee engagement tools make team members feel more connected than ever. With Harry, as an owner or operator, you get a bird's eye view of your business, from turnover cost, labor cost, employee sentiment, compliance risk, and team performance. Run your business better by understanding the power of your people. Because when your team is the heart of your business, Harry is the heartbeat. See how it transforms your business.
I love the weather getting nice before I get out of here. That's beautiful. That's just beautiful.
Does it feel like Portugal, or does Portugal have its own sort of feel? Yeah. Got the ocean breeze there. Yeah, the laid back atmosphere.
It's an entirely different experience, but it is nice. It's going to be 80 degrees here, so that's nice. That's wonderful. I like it.
It is nice, and I'm participating in my annual half marathon down in Louisville this weekend, and it's supposed to rain all weekend. So enjoy this while it lasts. My 85-year-old dad is doing a 5K on Friday, so we'll see. Pray for my father to make it out alive.
Good for him. Meanwhile, we're breaking 60 here in New England. Breaking 60 in New England and sunny, and that means everybody's like shirts off and walking around with the dunks. You know what I mean? It's like it's a good life.
Dunkin' Donuts for our non-Northeast listeners? Yeah, I'm sure the Birkenstocks come out.
It's a vibe.
Yeah,
it's a real vibe.
It's a vibe. The whale shirts with a little whale in it come out.
Yeah. Oh, dude, drafts today too, though.
Drafts today, Thursday. The Browns have an epic history of picking really good in the top 2 or 3 players. So they have the number 2 pick today.
Fucking it up.
I'm going to go with Travis Hunter. I'm fine with. I mean, he's probably the best receiver and the best corner in the draft. So that's kind of a unicorn pick. I'm fine with that.
He's amazing.
But I'm not sure a Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson quarterback trio is what they want to go in with for the full season this year. I think they probably pull a quarterback somewhere out of the draft.
Yeah. To think that the Browns could also ruin Travis Hunter, it just makes me sad. It makes me sad. He'll play great secondary wise, but he needs somebody to be able to feed him the ball. And Deshaun Watson's a mess. I mean, and everybody, it's a potpourri of quarterbacks at the Browns right now. It's fucking horrible.
There's a word.
It's the land of misfit toys at the quarterback room for sure.
Whose grandma house were you at, Chad?
I was being nice. I'm trying to get into Euro Chad mode. So
I'm kind of hoping like for a dark horse, Will Howard pickup at the QB spot. I think
God,
Will Howard
again,
is
you're trying to ruin a good.
Will Howard, I think, he's an uncut gem. I think he could be a solid, at least backup in the league. We'll see.
He could be a Josh Allen. He's got the same stats that Josh Allen does. I mean, just from a physical standpoint, I mean, he's played all the way through, and obviously won a national championship, which Allen didn't do. But I mean, yeah, don't do it, Browns. Please don't do it.
I think you're a little out of control with the with that comparison.
Comparisons.
We'll see. Tom Brady, right? Go back to the Northeast for JT.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, greatest ever, arguably.
The only way I can contribute to this conversation is I'm married to a Raiders fan. He's been a Raiders fan for 40 plus years, and they're like, it's just so sad every year. I just watch him.
My oldest is a Raiders fan. I think just because the jerseys are cool. Just the black and silver is cool. Yeah,
but when we were growing up, Howie Long, man, watching Howie Long just destroy motherfuckers. That was, I mean, that was back in the day when
Kenny, Jim Plunkett, Allen,
Marcus Allen.
Who was the corner with all the goo on his hands? Remember that guy?
That sounds like a porn.
Well, Stickum used to be a thing. Remember, guys would put Stickum all over their arms, and the ball would just glue to their hands. And Jim Hendricks was a linebacker. Anyway, the Raiders had a guy in the 80s who had Stickum all over his uniform and shoes, and it got disgusting.
Nasty.
But yeah, come on Browns, do the right thing.
Yeah, do the right thing. Don't
time for
don't draft Will Howard? Yes, shout outs.
It's time for shout outs, sponsored by our friends up north, Kiora. Text recruiting made simple and affordable.
Here at the Chad and Cheese Podcast, one thing that we love is obviously you watching, but also like and subscribe.
Chad, what you got this week?
Well, my shout out is to Chungin. You know him as Roy Lee, who got kicked out of Kumbaya for building Interview Coder AI, which was built to cheat on coding interviews. He raised $5.3 million to build something new. Go ahead, let's roll that beautiful bean footage. You can check it out.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Okay, for all those kids not watching
how old
on
did you say you were?
YouTube. Guys are at a date.
I'm 30 years old.
And he's obviously lying. He's not
your profile
30.
says you worked at Bananazon?
Yeah. I've been there for the past 8 years doing senior software engineering. So coding.
Really?
Look, I know I look a little young for my age, but I promise you, I'm 30 years old.
Okay, well, maybe you are just way older than you look.
I saw on your profile that you're like into art.
I could see you doing this, Cheeseman. You got the glasses for it.
I didn't expect you to be an art guy. Oh man.
Here's your glass of rosé. And
Thank you.
Sorry, we couldn't verify your ID. So here's a grape juice for you.
Wait. I'm pretty sure there's a mistake.
I think you're way too young for me.
Alerts are going off.
I'm gonna have to go.
Wait. Okay, look, listen. I know I lied about my age. I'm sorry, but the second I saw your profile and I saw the painting with the tulips, you're just like the most gorgeous girl ever, and you're such an unbelievably talented artist. Do you think you can just give me one chance to show
Every guy needs this, by the way.
Here he goes. He got it.
Can you give me some time to think about it? Are you free sometime next week?
Ooh, actually, next week I have this anime convention I gotta go to with my boys. Do you think you could do next month, maybe?
Oh my god.
Okay, so this guy creates a company a tech called Cluely, which looks like it's going to pretty much attach to those Meta Ray-Bans that Joel owns. Has a heads-up display so that you can see it, but your date or the person across the table, maybe company interviewing you, they can't see the answers that are popping up in your glasses. And this guy again just got thrown out of Kumbaya for building an interview coder that was helping
and
coders
just got
cheat.
$5.5 million, right?
$5.3 million.
This thing, yeah. Do you remember the scene in Terminator where the guy, Arnold's in the hotel room and the guy knocks on the door of the super and he's like, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing there?" And it's possible responses, and the last one was like, "Fuck you, asshole," and Arnold, "Fuck you, asshole." That's what that reminded me of.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. But
There
Roy
is a
did
simple
say
fit.
every time technology has made people smarter, the world panics. Then it adapts, then it forgets, and suddenly it's normal. The question is, I know guys will think this is normal because we love to cheat, especially on dates. But JT, is this something that, I mean, if you know a guy's wearing glasses, maybe he's got those Ray-Bans on, would you say, okay, what's happening behind those shades?
Those Foster Grants.
Literally the first thing I thought of when I watched it is like every girl's just going to say, take your glasses off to talk to me.
There you go. There you
just
go.
say, take your glasses off to talk to me. Right?
Easy win.
Yes, I mean, I'm sorry. So you're going to need to make those in contacts.
With some of the girls I've dated, taking off your glasses might be a good thing for some of the guys.
Yes. For them as well. Yes.
For them as well. Yes. Yes. Bad eyesight has always been an advantage for me. All right. JT, what you got?
So my shout out is to the 1,504 people that joined me live last week. We officially launched Pro Voice Talent Agency, which I'm super excited about. Thank you for letting me share it. It's the first white collar talent agency that is repping professionals and helping them land brand and partnership deals. And I will also just say my book came out on Amazon, which I'm so excited
Pro Voice,
about.
baby.
Yeah,
awesome.
Pro Voice is now live. This is 20 years of my life. The story around how I got my own Pro Voice and how I've coached people to get their own Pro Voices and earn a knowledge paycheck, which is very simply stop being held hostage and trading time for money with a single paycheck. Let us show you how to build multiple income streams so that you've got income diversity and security with a knowledge paycheck. And so that's what the book is about. Thank you to all those people. The response has been amazing. We have signed a bunch of people already, which is just exceeding all goals and expectations. And I'm just a happy person this week, doing what I love and helping people, build their dream.
Great weather. A book's out.
Yeah,
you got all this coming
the
together.
Agency's launched. Deal partner deals. It's a good life.
So walk me through this real quick. I come to you and I say, I need you to be my agent. What happens?
So you come to us and first you essentially audition by coming into the program and learning how to be a Pro Voice, right? So you go through the training, you pass. If we see and like what you're doing, we sign you.
Uh-huh.
When we sign you, we put you in a platform that allows you to not only gain followers for free, but monetize those followers. And then through the monetization of those followers, we're able to identify what you could be charging for. What can you be creating in this world that people would pay good money for? So there's a whole journey that we take you through. But additionally, we've signed deals with various companies who are looking for white collar talent to do video and to talk about whether it's products, services, jobs, for example. Shout out to Luckey, amazing partnership with Tracy, so that people can monetize in that way. And, it's incredible. I've done it all. One of the big things is I literally showed people in this training that I've done this in under 2 hours a month. Let me show you how I made money here. I made money here. I made money here using my Pro Voice, so that you don't feel held hostage. If you want to keep a day job, keep it, because it's going to give you a lot of great ideas for content. But if you also over time want to transition out of it and be paid, for what then this is the way to do it. And it's, it's been happening for a long time, but I will say AI has created this incredible moment. The technology that's come available in the last 6 to 8 months is really what pushed my ability to be able to launch this agency confidently, because I won't do anything where I can't make people
nice.
Right? It's just, it's got to be there. And the tech really came full circle. Something that would have cost you $2,000 a month to just get started with, probably not seeing any return, is now zero cost. Right. So think about that. Like we've got the runway to get you up and running and monetizing. And that was the big shift. And so very, very exciting times. Both of you would be great Pro Voices. But
you had me at monetizing.
Yeah.
And where would I go to find out more?
Yeah. If you just go to the company workitdaily.com and you will see Pro Voice Talent Agency in the menu bar, or quite frankly, it's already ranking on Google. So if you put in Pro Voice Talent Agency, you'll find it there too.
Boom.
Get you with the SEO. All right. I'll give you guys one guess at my shout out.
Food.
Shout out to Chipotle this week. They are opening their first location in Mexico. No location has been announced yet, but I didn't know this. Chipotle has 58 restaurants in Canada, 20 in the UK. I didn't know if they had it in the UK. And they have 6 in France and 2 in Germany.
Oh, wow.
But to go to Mexico, which is so close, is interesting. Now, word of warning to Chipotle. Taco Bell did this, and they failed in Mexico. And China, by the way, Panda Express failed in China. So apparently something about Americanized Mexican food failing in Mexico. So can Chipotle, knock the trend? Can they buck the trend? I guess we'll see. I think it's a black market effort to get avocados under the tariffs. I think there's going to be a underground railroad for Chipotle from Mexico to the funnel. They're funneling guacamole, avocados from Mexico to avoid the tariffs. That's my thought. But shout out to Chipotle. And you know what goes great with a burrito, Chad?
Free T-shirt. You have a nice free Chad and cheese T-shirt, or I don't know, maybe some chicken cock. Gotta love that. But first, you got to go to chadcheese.com/free.
Oh,
you can get that T-shirt. You can get that T-shirt.
I love it.
Sponsored by Aaron App, our friends over at Aaron App. Bourbon barrel aged syrup from the boys up north at Kiora. Craft beer from the data geeks over at Aspen Tech Labs. Whiskey, chicken cock, baby. 2 bottles. Whiskey from Van Hack. Again, another. That's right. Canadian. And then our last Canadian. Jesus Christ, we got Canadians everywhere. If it's your birthday,
gotta love it.
You're going to want some rum from Plum, but you can't win if you don't actually register. So you can go chadcheese.com/free.
I can feel it all the way down in my plum.
Play and win.
That's right, Chad. Another trip around the sun for listeners Duarte Mendonca, Danielle Kaczynski, Matt Lozar, Gia Johnston, Chris Brevick, Michael Simon Cowell, Tony Hoban, Joe Samuelson, Scott Laserman, Yoni Zapiro, Steve Gilbert, Charlotte Marshall, and Lars Schmidt. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday.
Very nice. Then, go figure. It's time for events.
Oof, events. Where are we going, boys?
Oh, Steven, yeah. So thanks to Shaker Marketing, we're going to be going to Unleash in May 6th through the 8th. Coming
Vegas,
up really
baby.
Quick. That's right. We're going to be doing this in Vegas on Wednesday the 7th. We're going to be, during the morning, we're going to be at the Suite in the Cosmo filming the new Sessions season with our team, the team over at Smart Recruiters. That night, we're going to have a film VIP wrap party. We'll have more details to come. But this isn't your regular party. We're filming during the day. That's right. Big film wrap at night. Then we're going to be hosting 2 talks in the GEM booth, one on Wednesday the 7th at 3:30 p.m. Vegas time, and then Thursday morning at 10:30. So don't drink too much chicken cock, Cheeseman. If you're coming to Unleash, look us up. Again, going to be at the Cosmo in a suite. We're going to be at GEM in the booth. We'll be around. Look for us. And who knows? Joel might be drinking some chicken cock.
Don't tease him, Chad. Don't tease him now. Come on.
It's all about the tease.
Topics.
All right. How about some Indeed and ZipRecruiter news? Indeed's lawsuit against ZipRecruiter, filed in October, was dismissed without prejudice on April 8th. The suit claimed ZipRecruiter made false and misleading statements about Indeed to steal its customers. ZipRecruiter denied the allegations and vowed to contest them. Things ended with no monetary payments or restrictions on Zip's operation. And court documents suggest both companies discussed an amicable resolution to avoid further litigation. Chad, your thoughts on all this kumbaya between Indeed and ZipRecruiter?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when Indeed does they're not clearly messaging to the market, and they hardly ever do. But when Indeed does, either poorly articulate or they have a half-baked product like CPSA or CPA, it's really hard for the market to understand what the fuck's going on, let alone competitors. So in this case, what it sounded like was the sales staff was pretty much putting out what they heard, a version of what they heard. And again, when you have a company like Indeed, who's really not articulating well, they're putting half-baked products out on the market, things could get kind of shook up. But to me, this messaging from ZipRecruiter is purely diversionary, as their own products, they have poor messaging themselves, and they have shitty products. Phil. So to me, this feels like 2 overpromising and under-delivering competitors trying to divert attention from lackluster product and revenues. It's all a bunch of drama for your mama. Let's get back to business.
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
JT?
I think it's financial. It's bad out there right now for them. So do you really want to be wasting money on lawyers? I mean, it's just like that's pricey. $500, $1,000 an hour. So, I don't think either side really wants to burn their cash when they've got much bigger problems ahead of them, which is, people are done with job boards, especially job boards with a lot of bogus jobs. The experience is defined. And if you've been in the market for a long time, the vast majority of job seekers have made up their mind about you. As someone who works with job seekers every day, they don't like what's out there. And so, you've got to figure out how to be new in the space. I would be spending my time and money on looking for hot properties to purchase, the way Metabot Insta, for example. Like, this is where you're going to have to redefine yourself, because I just think a lot of these brands aren't going to be able to come back. It's too far to find.
So you're saying it's a profit deal.
Give me that
You're saying
money!
it's a profit deal. All right, guys, I want to make this real simple. Let me put on my aluminum hat here while I get conspiratorial on you guys. Look, Recruit Holdings buys Indeed. They buy Glassdoor. ZipRecruiter would be the final leg of the stool.
You've got
while this case was being brought up and being lawyers going back and forth, somebody at Recruit Holdings said, "Hey guys, listen, we're buying ZipRecruiter soon, so let's just sweep this little lawsuit thing under the rug, and then we'll be announcing our acquisition of ZipRecruiter, in the next year at some point." By the way, ZipRecruiter stock down 23% year to date, market cap of about $580 million. That is couch cushion money for Recruit Holdings. So the government's too busy with antitrust with the big tech. Time for Recruit Holdings to come in, snag up ZipRecruiter, and add it to the stool that is Indeed, Glassdoor, and soon to be ZipRecruiter. You heard it here first.
ZipRecruiter's already dying. ZipRecruiter's already dying. I mean, what's the use of even buying them? It's like buying Monster Career Builder, which you've also predicted.
You take a competitor off the board, baby.
They're not even a competitor, really,
just
anymore.
like they did with Glassdoor. They'll put Indeed's content on there.
They're taking themselves off the board. That's the point. And again, as JT had said, they got their own problems. They got revenue problems, and it's not because of ZipRecruiter.
And what's the best time to buy when there's money problems?
What's the best time not to buy is when you're having money problems.
When Zip is desperate, needs a sugar daddy. Who they calling? Recruit Holdings, baby. That's why this case is
probably calling everybody
swept under the rug. Everybody. Well, let's keep this thing litigious, shall we? Meta, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, all the big tech is in the news, not for all the good reasons. Meta faces an FTC lawsuit alleging illegal monopolization via Instagram and WhatsApp acquisitions, with a trial underway and potential divestitures. That's a tongue twister looming. Google lost 2 antitrust cases, one for search monopoly, another for ad tech, facing remedies like breakups or bans on the horizon. Microsoft fired 2,000 quote low performers this week without severance. A memo outlines strict tools, including rehire bans and transfer limits for low scorers. More layoffs may hit managers in May at Microsoft, and Amazon, last but not least, is stepping up plans to lower the ratio of mid-management executives to lower level employees because they're cheaper, probably. Chad, your take on all things big tech this week.
So on the employee side of the house, these companies are huge, and they're going to continue to do these things. They feel like they've got control in the market, and they do right now. So they're going to continue to really push people out or push them down, because again, money, if they're out, they're not paying them. If they're pushing down, it's less that they're paying them. But when it comes to the monopolies side, or the monopoly side of the house, it's been a long time coming for monopolies. I mean, the U.S. government has been asleep at the wheel, allowing some of these acquisitions to happen. In Google's defense, though, they built search and Chrome, right? And it looks like they might have to divest in Chrome. But I mean, Chrome is literally just an extension of Google search. I mean, it's a smart extension, right? It's amazing. YouTube should have never been allowed. It's the number 2 search engine right behind Google. And then obviously the ad exchanges is a huge issue. Meta, on the other hand, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, they've got kind of like this buy or bury mentality, and they've talked about it, which was dumb, but they've got this buy or bury. But the thing that the 2 big arguments Zuck has is TikTok surging and YouTube, which is also seen as another social network, right? So he can kind of like back out on those 2. And as we talked about Microsoft has gone through antitrust before. They were the last big antitrust company. And they started to engineer cheat codes around antitrust, where instead of buying, Microsoft invests large amounts funding startups like OpenAI. They didn't go buy OpenAI. They just put over $100 million in it, right? So this allows Microsoft the oversight and control without the worry of antitrust. So I guess, the big question for me is, how in the hell do they get around this? Because this is still market manipulation. And then you can talk about Apple. Obviously, they hold a 55% market share on search on mobile, because go figure, the iPhone. And then Amazon. I mean, Amazon just owns the whole damn system, for God's sake. So we need antitrust, and we need it now.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah, I think you covered that. Yes to all that you said there on that whole side of it. I think it's fascinating. I'll be interested to see who buys Chrome. I really think that a lot of people, would love to get their hands on Chrome. For me, the big thing was what Microsoft is laying the groundwork for what I think a lot of these companies are going to do, which is you're fired and you can't come back for 2 years. And I think that is lost on a lot of people what that means. It's really easy now in an interview to go, oh, you just got laid off from Microsoft? Did you get severance?
Yeah. No.
It's not an illegal question.
That's crazy.
It's not an illegal question, folks.
That's a brand shot in the foot,
right?
For Microsoft.
So there you go. And when you can't say yes, guess what? I know you're not welcome back there. I know you got let go for performance. Like this stuff is real. It's like we don't understand that these companies get to decide. And this is one of the reasons I've been talking to people for so long. Like, stop outsourcing your brand to your employer. Everybody sits there on their resume and says, I want these companies on my resume. That's your brand. You allow them to manipulate you. And so I get worried with these people that feel like they have to work at these big companies and they want to have all these pedigrees, because it's not doing what it used to anymore. And it really can set you up for something like this. These people worked for Microsoft so they could run around and say, I work for Microsoft. And now I'm going to have people coming to my doorstep saying, can I hide that, JT? How do I deal with that? Right. Yeah. So much bigger ramifications than people realize.
All right.
So my favorite part about this whole story is how big tech kissed Trump's ass, went to the inauguration, wrote big checks, and then when Meta gets its feet to the fire, Zuckerberg offers $450 million on a $30 billion penalty, right?
Yes.
So let's take a huge discount. And then Trump and the FTC, I guess, said no. Zuck calls Trump, apparently meets with them in some form or fashion, moves his offer from $450 million to $1 billion. And Trump says no. So after all this ass kissing and probably doing bending over backwards for the government when they want information or terrorist stuff, for the government to just say sorry, fuck it, nope, you're on the hook for $30. So that's my favorite part about this whole story, is how Zuckerberg and Meta did everything they thought they should be doing to get a pass and got screwed. On Google, man, Google has I think 6 products with 1 billion plus users, and I think it's less about monopoly than it's just good stuff. They just have a better search engine. They have a better browser. They have the best video play, and there have been competitors in the past. So it's hard to me, to give Chrome away or divest Chrome is a throwaway. That to me, that's okay, we'll give up something. YouTube probably would be a better product as a standalone company. Like I do believe YouTube is held back a little bit by Google. But a lot of the other stuff, Docs and Gmail, like I think it just works and people use it. So and like you said, Chad, to Microsoft, this is the playbook.
Yeah.
Launch it, go hard, flood the zone, and then by the time the government and the legal system figures it out, you've already got 90% of the market, and you can kind of call the shots from there. I think JT crystallized or set the table for what Microsoft's doing pretty well. Amazon is interesting to me, and we'll talk a little bit about AI taking over later in the show, but there's not a company out there that's trying to do more with less. And I think that middle management piece is going to, and JT, you talk about the white collar worker and the knowledge based worker all the time. And we're seeing it, right? This is the knowledge based middleman getting squeezed out, going for less expensive workers. And I think that is a pretty interesting development at Amazon.
The executive wasteland is enormous right now. It's just littered with people who thought, if I just do good work and climb that ladder, I'm going to be the one that survives, right? And now look who's losing their jobs.
Well, you take a look at before all the layoffs. I mean, it was bloated. And I think, being able to, and hopefully you get a lot of these executives and they turn around and they have new startups. I mean, hopefully this leads to more innovation, right? So you take a look at two things. First and foremost, you're getting rid of some of those individuals, and hopefully they go out and create their own innovative organizations. And then you have the antitrust. You split them up, and hopefully there's much more innovation because they are split up, right? One thing that gets me the most, though, and I wanted to mention this, is that we always give China shit for stealing IP. I mean, always. That's one of the things that every business person talks about. What about how Amazon plays around the edges with IP? They develop products that are on their platform. They duplicate those products, but they go around the IP edges, right? And then they sell against the originals who are on their platform. And then they rank above them, right? So, I mean, this to me, I mean, Google is easy. Microsoft, Facebook, they're having some issues with obviously YouTube and TikTok, but Amazon, shit, that's a shot out of the park. Then add AWS on top of that. Jesus. I mean, it seems easy. I don't know why we're so slow, other than we're lazy.
By the way, there's an article in Quartz talking about how Gen X is getting screwed again. They started our careers in a recession, dot bomb, 2008, mortgage crisis, COVID, and now like robots are taking over. And in our older years where we should be making the most money possible, now is when all the robots come and AI comes and takes all the jobs. And while we're the highest paid people, guess who gets screwed? Guess who gets nothing?
So you get
nothing. And guess who got it all?
Gen
the
X,
fucking boomers got it all. Fucking boomers.
Fucking boomers.
That's okay. There's a great wealth transfer coming. We're good.
The silver tsunami. The silver tsunami. All the laundromats that are going to be handed down to the lucky
homes,
people. Yeah. Let's take a quick break. Come back. We'll talk about more doomsday AI stories.
Oh, so much fun.
So you posted a new job ad. Now you can sit back and wait for the applications to roll in, right? That's why we built JobPixel. Imagine showing candidates why your company is great with real people, real stories, and real culture. With JobPixel, it's not just another job ad. It's an invitation to something much bigger.
Video gives you a 3 times better response rate. So instead of chasing after candidates, they'll be coming to you.
And with a 34% boost in conversions, candidates aren't just looking, they're applying. And if you're worried about people clicking away, don't be. Our videos reduce bounce rates by 25%. That means they're watching, they're engaged, and they're interested.
282% more engagement. Yeah, you're going to need a bigger inbox.
Finding the right candidate is tough, but with JobPixel, it doesn't have to be. Show your company's authentic story, and the candidates will follow.
Let's make recruiting fun again, because honestly, it could use some help.
Do you want to see how JobPixel can save you time and money while achieving your KPIs? Schedule a demo today.
All right, guys. A recent survey of 84 C-suite executives found by Spark Admissions revealed entry-level positions for college grads are being eliminated at 52% of companies. That's 1 out of 2 for people who aren't good at math like me. The survey also revealed that execs believe 51% of grads lack verbal communication and presentation skills, while 50% lack problem solving and critical thinking abilities. What's more, a recent Indeed survey says more than a third of workers regret earning a college degree. Oh, yeah. And a startup called Mechanize launched this week, promising to, quote, the full automation of all work, end quote. JT, the kids are not all right. Yeah. What's your take on the future of entry-level jobs for college grads, college in general, and human work totally disappearing?
Yeah. So first of all, I would agree completely. We're seeing that there are no jobs for college grads. As someone who works with, I always have friends that I've grown up with coach my child. The articulation thing is a real problem. I'll get them senior year of college, and then we'll get them in their first job, and then more recently their second. And the way that they communicate with that 2-year time in the workplace, significantly different, right? So we do have a really true issue there. And I think any parent listening here today needs to understand that your child, in order to graduate and get a job, you're going to have to focus on those communication skills big time. College degree thing, we've been talking about that for a while. I'm just seeing so many young people get in and decide to not finish. And again, my youngest daughter just took a semester off. Junior in college, she's making 6 figures a month in her business. So she took a semester off to say, I think I need to work on the business, Mom. I'm like, 6 figures a month? Yeah, you probably do. That's crazy business money.
Year. 100K a month? 100K a month?
A month.
She's making 100K a month.
Yes.
What? Yeah. All right. Say more.
So do I need to say any more? And so she's like, does it make sense to go to school? I can probably finish Mom community college online. Yeah, she probably can. So you just have to ask yourself, they have so much access to information and knowledge. They have no bad habits. They have no preconceived notions. If your kid, you know what she does do? She's watched every episode of Shark Tank. So there are going to be young people out there that need to go at it a different way. And if you're a parent out there listening and your kid's saying, I think I can make money doing this, give them a shot, because there's no jobs for them to get when they graduate right now. And that's going to be that way for a little bit here. So teach them to be entrepreneurs. Their businesses have won.
God, I'm a loser. I'm a loser. I'm sitting here talking to you idiots with an aluminum foil hat on my head.
Yeah. I mean, this is on you, man. This is on you.
Oh, I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque or something. I don't know what happened to me. Oh,
Bugs Bunny. Good one.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
So around these kids not being able to get any of these skills, this is the problem of the system. We don't have mentorship and development like we used to. We don't. And then now we take a look at education and then we look at it as bad. Are you fucking kidding me? That's because the system's fucked up, because we have charged way too damn much and put all these kids in debt, right? And then, well, wait a minute, before we did that, blue collar jobs were bad, right? You don't want to be blue collar jobs. You want to go into college. Well, then everybody went into college and then they charged the shit out of them, right? So, I mean, this is a systemic problem from the top down. And this is about fucking workforce, period. This is all about workforce. And if we don't have people right now, understand robots are coming. If we don't have people doing the jobs, you're not going to get the revenues. It's just not going to happen. To the Mechanize. So they talk about full automation of work and full automation of the economy. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you hear something like that, you think of the Klarna CEO, right? Who's just bullshitting, and he's doing that for pre-IPO buzz, right? It's all pre-IPO PR buzz. Well, the difference is that the Mechanize founder and CEO Tamay Bersaglu. Whew, that's a hard one. He's not a slouch. Lives in the Bay Area. Still an associate director at Epoch AI, a company that is in big letters on their website, quote, investigating the trajectory of AI for the benefit of society. What the hell does that mean? Well, Epoch analyzes the economic impact of AI and produces benchmarks for AI performance for companies like OpenAI. They do a much better job of sequencing those types of things. So before he was at Epoch AI, the CEO, he was a research scientist at MIT. Yes, MIT. Then before that, he was also a research intern at the Future of Humanity Institute at Oxford. Yes, that Oxford. He also had a Master of Philosophy from the University of Cambridge. This guy's no slouch, okay? So at the end of the day, you want to think of market potential just in the US, right? Because they're looking at agentic and they're looking to actually take over human jobs. There's estimated $18 trillion in aggregate wages just in the US alone. So this is where I call bullshit. He said, and he argues, that having agents do all the work will actually enrich humans, not impoverish them through economic explosion, explosive economic growth. Okay, so this guy's fucking killing me. He doesn't understand that he can't make trickle down work. We haven't been able to make trickle down work. AI is not going to make trickle down work. This is lunacy. The problem is we have incredibly smart people who have these visions that are out there and they just don't align with reality. That's a problem. We talked about it, about mentorship, development, education, blue collar. That was all vision. It all went to shit. This is the same kind of stuff, man.
Emotional damage.
I have great faith in the creator economy, though. I do. Economy, right? I say that word because you see how it's, for example, TikTok in China is not our TikTok. It's an educational platform. It's where people are just learning and absorbing all sorts of things. And when I think about the creator economy that's coming upon us and how people could teach what they know, learn from others, and that becomes a monetization center, I do see a world where that's pretty exciting and that there's a lot of opportunity there. What struggle with is how many jobs are being lost until that innovation, you said it best, the bigger the disruption, the bigger the innovation. We've seen that historically, but they never coincide at the same time. So we're going to have a lot of pain here for a while. We're going to have a lot of pain here, but I think I am ultimately an optimist. And as someone who is seeing the possibilities and actually executing on them in the creator economy and seeing what we all can do, I mean, you're part of the creator economy right here with this podcast. Like it's incredible what I think we'll be able to do. And that's exciting and interesting to people. I'd rather use my brain that way than to do that stuff that doesn't light me up. So I guess I'm overly optimistic, but I see an incredible future ahead. Pain for a while, but then a really interesting future ahead.
I think it's amazing. I don't think it's enough to actually bridge the gap that we're actually heading into. I think it's going to be good for some people. It's not going to be good for the greater good, period, of all those people. It's just too big.
Mm-hmm.
Can I bring up my new TikTok fascination?
Oh, good.
It's called Friendliest Catch, and they catch these crabs that have barnacles growing on them, and they pinch off the barnacles. It's like dermatology meets the Wild Kingdom. It's fascinating stuff. And there's another guy that does it with lobsters. So barnacles grow on these lobsters. They pick them off. It's great. It's awesome.
Incredible. Monetization of what you know.
Learning no. Entertained.
But
how do they make money doing that?
They're getting paid per click.
That's what it is. Yes.
Pay per click. That's it. You get 1 million views. That's not chump change.
And then you sell that crab on top of it.
They throw them back in.
You're double back in.
It's a party.
You give them names. You do memes, merch.
They put them on the operating table. They clip the barnacles off, and it's like, hey, buddy. They even give them a little snack when they throw them back in. It's great. Friendliest Catch. Check it out. By the way, since this is a recruiting show for the most part, Kevin Wheeler, friend of the show, had an article on his Substack recently. It was really good. I want to quote what he said. I am tired of hearing AI won't take your job, but someone using AI will. This is false reassurance for recruiters. AI isn't just automating tasks, it's dismantling everything recruiting has been based on. The role isn't evolving, it's disappearing. Wow. That got my attention.
Yeah. That's a deeper discussion. I don't agree, but yeah.
Bruh. All right, let's take a quick break. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you go leave us a positive review or a negative review. We don't care. We just like reviews. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or slide in our DMs. I don't know. Do something. Whatever the kids are doing these days.
Free. Get a t-shirt.
Whatever the kids are doing. Yeah, sign up for free stuff. We love you. Go to Work It Daily. Buy JT stuff. Buy her kids stuff.
Pro
like
Voice
she needs
book.
any more money. Good God. We'll be right back.
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
All right. I'm calling this the We're Doomed segment of the show because it's been so happy-go-lucky up to this point. All right. Palmer Luckey, Anduril founder, urges the U.S. to heavily invest in AI weapons, arguing that, quote, Pandora's box, end quote, was opened decades ago with autonomous systems like anti-radiation missiles. The hell is that? Speaking at a TED Live event, he warned that failing to advance AI weaponry risks China surpassing the U.S. in a future autonomous weapons race. Oh, and I mentioned my half marathon this week. I'm in big trouble, too, because these robots run. More than 20 robots raced against thousands of human runners this week in a half marathon in Beijing, organized to showcase China's advances in humanoid technology. Chad, this isn't your military from 40 years ago, and it's not the world you joined 53 years ago. What are your thoughts?
So robots running half marathons, I mean, that's just an effort to humanize and normalize. I mean, you get it, right? They are testing, don't get me wrong, but they also want to normalize what we're seeing. Luckey, he has three major messages that he can use in this endeavor for him to make more and more and more money. Fear. China's going to beat us to the next super weapon. That's scary. That's fearful. Hearts and minds. Americans don't need to die on the battlefield, right? That's win hearts and minds. Hey, allow the robots to do it. They don't need to do it. And then history. This is probably the most scary. So from a historical sense, Luckey is right. There are definite innovations and technologies that helped us win wars, tanks, airplanes. And what if Germany or Japan beat us to developing the atomic weapon in World War II, right? If you haven't seen Man in the High Castle, go watch Man in the High Castle. I don't believe he's right, or I do believe he's right, but I believe we should be developing these weapons under strict oversight. Elon can turn on and off Starlink at will. That should not be allowed and should be under government oversight, period. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, also known as DARPA, the agency that developed the internet, GPS, drones, and a variety of advanced robotic systems, they should be leading and watching these efforts, not allowing guys like Musk and Luckey to prospectively burn the goddamn world down.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
JT?
I just don't think I can add beyond it. It's just so your brain, all seen enough movies. Your brain goes to some extremely dark places with what this can be used for. And, in all of those movies, it didn't end well for us. So, I don't even want to belabor it. I'll let you take it over with that beautiful hat of
Not
yours.
just movies, but real life, which brings us to this week's
time for a history lesson.
All right, let me take you back to September 1939, known as an event known as the Charge at Grahanti. Poland, on horseback, charges the German armored resistance or invading force. I'll let you guess how that ended for them. Not very well. A lot of dead soldiers and a lot of dead horses. Poland was fighting a war from 1914. Germany was fighting a brand new war. And technology almost always wins in a military conflict. So it makes perfect sense to be very afraid that China or Russia's or North Korea's AI is better than ours, and we have nothing to fight back against it. The challenge, what's going to be interesting, is can AI disable nuclear weapons? I'm speaking science fiction. I don't know. There are people smarter than me. Can they put some gamma rays, some crazy shit like Star Wars, Space Force, like knock some nuclear weapons? I don't know. But if the world has been a pretty safe place when everyone knows that mutual assured destruction is going to happen. We've all been kind of cool. We've all been kind of playing it on the low key. But if somebody gets a weapon that they say we can eliminate the nuclear threat, it's going to be bad for the sides that don't have that technology. So I totally appreciate where he's coming from there. Sonar, what was it? Radar, gun, missile? I don't know what the hell's going on.
Radar, gun, missile.
Yeah, I don't really do military stuff that well, but dad jokes. Dad jokes, I do pretty well.
Is your
guys.
Weapon of choice? Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
This is my deadly weapon, weapon of mass destruction, if you will. All right, guys, what's the hardest part about eating a vegetable? What's the hardest part about eating a vegetable?
There's so much iron in the vegetable.
Putting them back in the wheelchair.
Oh, come on, man.
We out.
So bad. So bad.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The Chad. The Cheese. Brilliant. They talk about recruiting. They talk about technology. But most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know. And yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar. Blue. Nacho. Pepper jack. Swiss. So many cheeses and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chadcheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!